165 officers have volunteered to wear the body cameras. 5 models will be tested, including cameras attached to sunglasses, the chest, and shoulders. The Fairfax 2015 Games boast over 12,000 athletes, 70 countries, and 60 sports. Hey everyone, welcome to Washington. We have a couple of great stories planned for you today. Camped out at Allison Lundgren Grimes' headquarters, we're eagerly awaiting the results of tonight's contested U.S. Senate race between Democrat Grimes and Republican McConnell. President Obama just addressed a group of roughly 2,000 individuals discussing immigration initiatives and reforms. He encourages his staff to let that fear go and create without boundaries. At the Met Cafe in Providence, Junior Raimondo supporters are eagerly awaiting the results of today's primary election. Kentucky farmer Frank McKenich says the Affordable Care Act has been a lifesaver, literally. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act, he is finally able to afford health insurance for himself, his wife, and 2 daughters.
Before, no. You didn't go to the doctor.
Without the Affordable Care Act, McCanich said he most likely would not have been diagnosed and treated for skin cancer until it was too late.
That was important because without insurance, I would not have gone and taken care of that. And it could have become very serious. It's like, how many times do you use a disposable razor? One time too many? I would have waited too long. Yeah.
But Mitch McConnell, the state Republican leader, has been strongly against Obamacare and has promised to try to repeal the law if he is reelected on Tuesday.
We don't know what the impact of this huge surge in Medicaid enrollment will be once the federal subsidies decline to the level where they're set to decline. So calling it a success is premature.
Not every state has found the success Kentucky has. But for now, McCanich said he and his family are enjoying the peace of mind having insurance has offered them. McCanich now encourages his neighbors, who are also struggling financially, to sign up as well. Here in Kentucky, the concern is that all the political attacks on Obamacare may one day mean it gets repealed. For Frank McCanich, that would be an unwelcome change. In Kentucky, I'm Meryl DeRezzo, Medill Reports. Investigators, peacekeepers, law enforcers, videographers. Starting today, Washington, D.C. becomes the latest large U.S. city to test the use of body cameras worn by police officers. The cameras can serve as a third witness to dispute interactions with the public. The idea has gotten a lot of positive press, but is so new, many questions are unanswered. City Councilman Tommy Wells chairs the Committee on the Judiciary and Public Safety.
What are the policy implications that we need to know? What are the things that we're not thinking about that once we do this, that we should think about?
Things like, what happens if an officer's camera captures domestic violence? Should they have facial recognition software? How do police let people know they're being recorded while preserving reaction time in an emergency? And who makes sure a video is not altered after an incident? City officials say they'll also examine the experience of other cities' police departments in deciding the best way to approach police body cameras. For Medill Reports, I'm Meryl DeRozzo. Seafood is a pretty common ingredient in the culinary world. However, that's where the commonalities end for Chef Richie Farina. Pairing that seafood with seaweed and liquid nitrogen is where Farina jumps off the beaten path. He's one of an elite group of chefs who excel in the culinary field of molecular gastronomy.
My interpretation of molecular is changing the normal state in which you're used to seeing something. So, instead of it being lemon juice, well, it's a lemon foam, or it's a lemon curd, or it's a lemon encapsulation. It's something that you associate with the flavor of lemon, but you might not recognize it as lemon.
Despite its recent popularity within the foodie community, molecular gastronomy is something with which many people are still unfamiliar. However, even though it has escaped the attention of many, the key players in molecular gastronomy are not waiting for others to catch up. They're constantly moving forward, creating and pushing the barriers. Farina is head chef at world-famous Michelin star restaurant Moto. He sees the future of molecular gastronomy as focusing on the presentation of the food and increasingly getting better and better at mimicking nature in order to create memories, invoke emotion, and ignite all the senses of the guest.
Like, I think anyone that wants to snuff creativity is scared of the future.
Molecular gastronomy has already pushed the cooking envelope in so many ways. There's really no limit to how far innovative dining can be taken in the future. In Fulton Market, Meryl DeRezzo, Medill reports.
World Police and Fire Games will attract, celebrate, and honor.
In 2012, a special group of athletes put on their own version of the Olympics. Next summer, the World Police and Fire Games kick off again, descending on Fairfax, Virginia, for 10 days of competition expected to rival the Olympics in size.
So we're excited, and this whole region is rallying behind us.
Dozens of first responders gathered Thursday to demonstrate the sports and promote the games. In addition to fulfilling their obligations as public safety enforcers, the volunteer group from the Washington area will spend the next several months organizing the games.
On our days off, we went out to the county and looked where would the sports be the best at. And we did it between shift work, then we would meet each other for a breakfast in the morning and then spend 8 hours combing the county.
The Fairfax 2015 Games boast over 12,000 athletes, 70 countries, and 60 sports. The 2015 Games in Northern Virginia in June could generate up to $80 million in revenue. That's attracted attention from organizers of Washington's bid to host the Summer Olympics in 2024.
Our success is very important to their effort because it demonstrates that this region can handle a multi-sport, multi-venue competition of significant magnitude.
The Fairfax 2015 committee says it will spend the next several months on a critical task, lining up hundreds of enthusiastic volunteers to help put on the World Police and Fire Games next year. For Medill Reports, I'm Meryl DeRezzo.
The Games of Heroes.
In Lexington. In Providence. Meryl DeRezzo,